Am I seriously doing this for an hour? It has just been a minute. Okay, shh. Let's just focus. The idea of meditation always sounded fascinating to me. Maybe because of the movies I used to see while growing up, of how I believed that meditation can help you become a saint, and I always used to love that. And I was introduced in the world of meditation by a friend, I think 4 to 5 years back. And I have been doing that. I have been meditating for the past few years, but I haven't been a consistent meditator. I have been doing it on and off, but I couldn't actually develop the habit of meditating every day. So this time when the lockdown started all across the country, I decided that I should do something new. I should try something new. And meditation was on the top of my list. So I took a challenge of meditating every day for the next 30 days. And surprisingly, this is the 30th day. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how meditation changed my life over the course of 30 days and how I began to see world, life, and the whole reality in a very, very different way. So this video is all about documenting the journey. So make sure you watch this video till the end because I'm going to share some very, very important secrets, some misconceptions about meditation and how and what we can do to make the most out of it. And here I go. It's perfect. I'm doing it absolutely right. It's amazing. Oh, wait, there should be no thoughts. Okay, back to it. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Am I seriously doing this for an hour? It has just been a minute. Okay, shh. Let's just focus. So this is how my journey started. And to be honest, it wasn't really easy at first because I always believed that I'm expert in meditation. But the moment I sat down for an hour to actually meditate, I finally realized that it really needs some hard work. It really needs some patience to be able to do that. And over the course of 30 days, I started and learned a lot of things about it, a lot of ideas about it. And in this video, I'm going to share it all with you. The first and the most common misconception about meditation is that it can take you to a heightened state of mind where you actually connect with the entirety. And this is what I have always assumed it to be. And hence, when I started meditating, I realized that it's not really about connecting with someone else, it's about connecting with yourself. It's about understanding yourself. It's about taking out the time of this busy world, of this noisy world, to be able to connect with who you really are, to be able to listen to yourself. Because the world we are living in, with all the things we are surrounded with, we have a lot of noises around us. And at times, we are not able to even listen to ourselves. So meditation actually gives us a platform to be able to do that, to be able to connect to yourself. So that's the first misconception about meditation, that it gives you a platform to be able to connect to the outer world. It doesn't. It just gives you a platform to connect to the inner world. And that's the most important thing. The second misconception about meditation is that if you're an overthinker, if you have an anxious mind, you cannot meditate. And I think this statement is very, very far away from truth. Because if you're an overthinker, if you have an anxious mind, it would work the best for you because then you'll be able to see the results that would actually help you to work on it in a much, much better way. So, with this misconception, there comes another one, that meditation allows you to see into nothingness. So, when you meditate, you actually focus on nothingness, you focus on blank, empty space. But that's not about meditation. That's not the real thing about meditation. Meditation actually gives you the space to observe your thoughts and not get rid of it. So the whole idea of meditation is all about observing your thoughts to be able to understand where your thoughts are coming from and not giving it any attention. So when you're meditating, of course, a lot of thoughts will come into your head. Of course, a lot of ideas will come into your head. But that's the whole idea of meditation, that you have to make sure that you don't have to cling on to any particular thought, and you have to just imagine those thoughts coming and then going away at their own pace without judging it or without trying to affect or clinging onto it. And that's the whole thing about meditation. So if you're an overthinker, if you have an anxious mind, of course a lot of thoughts would come into your head when you sit to meditate. And the whole purpose of meditation is to help you understand those thoughts, to be able to observe those thoughts without clinging onto it. So this is a very important misconception that really needs to be addressed. So a lot of people have come to me while I counsel them, while I coach them towards becoming emotionally intelligent, is that people say that I am a very impatient person, I cannot really sit to meditate. But I think that's something that you really need to do, because you don't have to imagine a place where you are staring into nothingness. You just have to see yourself in a place where you're able to observe your thoughts, where you're able to understand your thoughts. And that's the whole purpose of meditation. It's really not about staring into nothingness, it's really not about staring into a blank space. And that's the second misconception that I wanted to clear out. The third misconception about meditation is that it's a common experience for everyone around. But it's not really the case. Meditation is a very, very unique experience for everyone around the world. So, what meditation means to you could not mean the same thing for me as well. For someone, meditation could be just listening to a song. For another person, meditation could be taking a walk along an empty road. And for another person, meditation could be sitting on lotus pose and actually focusing on their thoughts. So, whatever way you are able to focus on your thoughts, whatever way you are able to observe your thoughts, that meditation for you. And it's just about observing your thoughts, it's just about looking at your thoughts and to be able to find out where do they come from without judging it in any case. So that's the whole thing about meditation. It is a personal experience for everyone else. So if you see someone doing meditation in a particular pose, in a particular way, that doesn't mean that your way of meditation could be wrong. So if you're able to observe your thoughts, if you're able to understand yourself, if you're able to introspect yourself through your own way of meditation, that's the thing that would work for you. So it's a very, very personal experience for everyone around the world. So we should not judge ourselves or we should not judge others for trying out something new. So whatever works for you, that is a wonderful act for you. Another very important thing about meditation is that people often believe that meditation would give you overnight results. And again, it's something that I really want to clear, that meditation is not a magic therapy. It's really not a free magic therapy. It's never about you trying to achieve something really good. It's just about understanding yourself. It's just about you understanding and observing your thoughts in a much, much better manner. So don't expect meditation to give you an overnight results. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep understanding your thoughts. You have to keep observing your thoughts to be able to use it to your advantage. Of course, there are many benefits that comes along with meditation. I'll be talking about this in the next segment of the video as well. So these are some of the misconceptions that I've been wanting to talk about since a long time, because when I started meditating, I had certain of these ideologies in my mind as well. And the moment I started meditating, a lot of these started to clear away. And after 30 days of meditating every day for an hour, I have finally realized that it's something that would really do a lot of good to you. But again, you have to understand that it's a very, very personal experience and you have to make the most out of it by trying to stick to your own way of doing it. Now, let's talk about what I learned by meditating every day for 30 days. The first thing that I actually realized is that I'm able to understand my emotions in a much, much better way now. So before I started meditating on a very habitual note, I used to have certain emotions that I couldn't really talk about. I had certain emotions that I couldn't really express in certain ways. But the moment I started meditating, maybe after 5, 10, and 15 days, I finally realized that I'm able to label that particular emotion. I'm able to understand that emotion and where is it coming from. And the moment I started understanding the source of those emotions, the moment I started understanding where is that coming from, I'm no longer judging myself for that emotions. I'm no longer blaming myself for feeling or believing in that particular manner. And the moment I started understanding my emotions better, I started making much, much better decisions, because then I was not blaming myself, then I was not judging myself, I was just trying to understand things, I just trying to understand myself and trying to understand where is everything coming from, where are my thoughts coming from, where are my beliefs coming from, and what purpose do they serve. And that's something that I really enjoyed in my process of meditating for the next 30 days. The second thing that meditation gave me is that it made me a patient person. So before starting off my meditation on an habitual note, I was a kind of impatient person and I couldn't really sit alone for 5 minutes. I had to do something. I had to maybe work, I had to maybe check my mobile phone for some notifications. I had to do something about myself. But when I finally took the challenge of sitting alone with myself, with my thoughts for 1 hour, I finally realized that I have become a much more patient person now. I can sit alone with my thoughts. I can sit alone without needing anything, be it my smartphone, be it my laptop, or just anything. I can sit alone without me being troubled by my thoughts. And that's what meditation gave me. It made me a much, much patient person now. And that has reflected a lot in my decision making skills as well. And being patient has actually helped me make much better decisions with my life as well. Because now, when I'm a much patient person, I'm able to understand and see the whole picture of anything before making any decision. And before that, I always focused on the immediate result I was about to get. And that made me a very impatient person. But again, meditation gave me that platform to be able to understand things much better, to be able to observe things in a much, much better way, and then make better decisions. Another very exciting thing that happened to me when I started meditating is that it made me a much, much better listener. Now, this is the 30th day of my meditation, and I finally realized that I'm able to listen in a much, much better way now. So, before I started meditating, I actually realized that whenever someone used to talk about something that is not really exciting to me, not really interesting to me, I always used to get wandered, lost in my own thoughts. And people used to speak a lot of things, and then only a bit of it, only a fraction of it actually entered my head because I was lost in my own thoughts. But now with meditation, I'm able to observe their thoughts. I'm able to listen to them in a much, much better way. And why is it so important? Because then I'm able to give them the respect that I really need. Because when someone is speaking to you, when someone is talking to you, they're trying to share a part of their life with you. And all they want is to be heard. So when you give them the platform to be heard, they would always respect you. They would always give you that respect platform. And this is something really substantial that I've seen in my own life as well. So I would definitely suggest you to do this as well, because it would definitely make you a better listener. Now, coming to the last part of what meditation gave me, is that it actually gave me nothing. And that's the most ironic thing about it. It really gave me nothing, but it made me aware of things that are going in my head. It made me aware of who I really am. After I've started meditating on an habitual note, I finally realized that I'm able to understand myself. I'm able to understand my thoughts. I'm able to understand my emotions. And that has given me the platform to be able to work on myself, work on my relationships, and work on many of the things that I really want to. And meditation has only gave me that insight to, before meditating I'm the same person, after meditating I'm the same person, but now I'm a better aware person with that. So I think that's the whole idea of meditation, that it makes you a much better, a much aware person. So these are some of the things that I experienced while meditating, and I'm sure you would do the same. And if there's something that you have experienced while meditating, please feel free to comment down below on what meditation has taught you, on what meditation has made you believe and learn. So that's about today. I hope you like this video. If you do, please hit like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Also subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.